Hello, I'm coming to you today with a teaching on the importance of the APA writing style and how it pertains to SEO and digital marketing. Now, I've been involved with social engagement for over 20 years. I've taught Sunday school for 17 years. I've done outreach, gang prevention, drug and alcohol intervention and prevention as well. I've worked with various churches, pastors, and organizations on how to help people resolve their problems. So I'm known as a problem solver. And at this time in my life, I'm actually functioning under the auspices of a digital marketing consultant. A digital marketing consultant helps other people to drive organic traffic, gain leads, rank high with Google, and to increase their revenue. So I'm going to tie this all in how the importance of the APA writing style pertains to SEO and again, digital marketing. Now, while in college, the Charter Oak State College accelerated psychology program, they gave us a course of psychology. In this course, we were taught and it was stressed to write your essays in the APA writing style. What does APA stand for? It stands for the American Psychological Association. I'll repeat that. APA stands for the American Psychological Association. Now, the first connection and key point is this: all businesses, all SEO, all digital marketing have their base in psychology. Sociology as well, that deals with groups. Psychology deals with how people react to other people, places, and things, and how to resolve problems there. Now, to go further, psychology is a social science. It's a science. There's research methods involved, there's data involved. So let's take a look at this a little further. Studying and learning the APA writing style does this for you. It increases your critical thinking skills. Another name for critical thinking skills is red thinking skills or analytical reasoning. Notice the word analytical, analyzing, evaluating situations. So, according to statistics, 2020 is here, and analytical reasoning is one of the top soft skills that employers and Fortune 500 companies look for in a candidate. You, as a candidate, may not have a lot of experience, but if they sense that they can train you according to their business model and enhance your analytical reasoning skills that are already there in you, they may hire you to help them. Because companies and businesses are looking for someone to add value to their situation. So, what else about the AP writing style? What does it do for you? It enhances your creativity skills. That's another skill of 2020, a soft skill that's in high demand. You can look it up and Google it. The top soft skills that are in high demand. There's others, but these are two main ones. It also helps your grammar structure. It helps you to compose things according to the English language properly. Your commas, your verbs, your adverbs, your paraphrasing, all of that stuff that you need to be a high quality content creator and an SEO expert and a digital marketing expert. You need that. Now, when you do essays in school or in college, you have the outline. That is your content framework. If you look at a building, it has a frame to the door. Sometimes it's an arch, sometimes it's a square. Before that building is all the way completed, you'll see the skeleton or the framework, the foundation, the cement, the beams that they lay in place and drill into the ground so that that structure is solid when it's completed. So the APA writing style is a solid foundation for SEO and digital marketing. And we're going to look a little bit further and see how. It helps you also to produce high quality content. You see my hands moving? I'm checking my notes. I have a lot of them. Now, when you write a APA essay, there's what they call a thesis statement. Now, the thesis statement is defined as this. It's one or two sentences that creates a concise summary of the subject matter at the end of the introduction. It's placed at the end of your introduction in the essay. The thesis statement makes a claim and directly answers a question. So, how is this used in journalism? How is it used in newspapers? How is it used in marketing and copywriting, movie titles, plays? Authors use it. How? I just gave you a hint, the word title. Titles have their foundation in thesis statements. Headlines have their foundations in a thesis statement. A thesis statement is the same thing as a headline. Because in order to get that killer headline that copywriters talk about so much, you have to have knowledge of a thesis statement. A sentence or two, usually in an article, copywriting is usually one sentence, which creates a concise summary of what's being spoken about or displayed or advertised. And it also helps with your sublines. So that's important. Now we're going to talk about the APA in-text citations and references. That is your backlinks in SEO and digital marketing. Backlinks link you back to the credible source. It links you back to the authoritative figure that spoke on the subject. In the movie The Debaters with Denzel Washington, he asked the students after they quoted, he said, "What's your sources? Link me back to the authoritative figure, the person, place, or thing that's backing your claim." Lawyers do it all the time. Evidence, social proof, DNA. Linking those things back to the crime and to the perpetrator. So it's all synonymous. Then in APA, you have an annotated bibliographies. It's a short summary telling you a snippet of what the subject is about, and then it names the sources after. And here's where you get your footnotes from in the Chicago manual style of writing that editors use so much. Again, it's all psychology. Remember, it's analytical thinking, reasoning, logic. The philosophers Socrates and Aristotle, they use logic and reasoning to resolve issues. So something else about the APA style is that you have scientific research methods called the quantitative analysis. The quantitative deals with questions answered, and those answers are found in statistics, data, stats, numbers, SEO, metrics tracking, ABA testing. Here we go. SEO is right there. It's right there. When you spy on your competitors, which all digital marketers do, it's an ethical thing, to see where their weak points are, to fill in that gap, you look at statistics and data. When I was in school, that statistic teacher gave us so much homework, it made my head spin. I mean, really, he just bang, 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 bang. But he did it for this reason, that it's going to be effective later on in SEO and digital marketing. So that's that with quantitative analysis. Then you have your qualitative analysis, which are open-end questions. These are used in SEO and digital marketing to locate your target audience's pain points, to discover their likes and dislikes. You'll see it in advertisements and sometimes copywriting statements of how someone disliked this about XYZ product or why they liked Sprint telephone, how they were satisfied with Apple computer model number XYZ. So it all ties in. So another thing that's important is that you have SEO tools. I'm going to name them. You have Google Analytics. There's Answer the Public. A lot of you are familiar with Moss Bar. SEMrush is very familiar. Keyworded. Mobile for Test. Uber Suggest. Brow SEO. Keywords Everywhere. Check My Links. Counting Characters Google Search Tool. Redirect Path. Google Search Consoles, and Anhref, Anherf, as in Frank. So there you have your SEO tools, but all of those things go back to the APA essay writing style. Now, you also have long and short keywords in SEO. In college, I had a hard time understanding the way the professors were wording the questions in the curriculum because I hadn't been in school for years and I'm not ignorant, just threw me for a loop. And my career counselor, a gentleman by the name of Luke from Africa, instilled in me and said this: Michael, read the question more than once. I said, why? He said, because 99% of the time, the answer is linked to the question. How does that relate to SEO? The keyword is inside the question or the title of the curriculum. If we had to do an essay on social injustice, inequality, and disparities in South Africa, you can look up disparities, social injustice. Those are the keywords. And then if you lengthen those are long keyword, tail keywords. So it's all relative. And a lot of students are right now struggling in school or have graduated and wondering why they can't go further. When you understand this knowledge, you can make demand on what you know. You know you have value now. You know that what you've received in school has already qualified you to be an in-demand writer. Yeah, I'm talking 0.30% per word, $150 an hour. You can demand that now because you have essays from school to back you up. You have a BS, Bachelor of Science, a BA, or an associate's degree. And even if you've been mentored by someone, they can give a document and sign it with their letterhead and or credentials to back up your claim that you have this type of knowledge. So it's important to have. It's like a red diamond in the midst of silver and gold. The red diamond and the pink diamond are going to stand out because the red diamond and the pink diamond are rare gems, whereas the gold and the silver are precious metals. We'll talk more about that later in another video dealing with the diversified investment portfolio. But right now, let's get back to SEO. Okay? All right. So you want to understand this. And then we have color psychology, which increases the visitor's attention span, stirs certain emotions, generates sales, and it positively affects the website or your blog. It affects the exit rate in the e-commerce KPI, your key preference indicators. You can see which ones are strong. You can see which ones are weak and strengthen those weaknesses to upscale your business. Color psychology, like the color red, it's the number one color to hold a person's attention, to create feelings of success, winning, and power. Of course, Valentine's Day, you have passion and romance, though, and generate sales on Valentine's Day are just out of the world. They even increase the prices of roses. And most of those roses are what color? Red. Nike, Just Do It. Now, they use black down the line, but they started off with red for a reason. Coca-Cola has the white writing, which is purity, but that can is red, and the carton that they come in with the six packs and stuff are red for a reason. So you want to remember these things, that what you have holds great value. It holds great value. So the APA writing style also helps you to function in the active voice versus the passive voice. Action verbs, another thing to use on your resumes. The active voice, I'll give you some examples. Active voice, Harry ate 6 shrimp at dinner. Passive voice, at dinner, 6 shrimp were eaten by Harry. Active voice, the choir really enjoys that piece. Passive voice, that piece is enjoyed by the choir. Active voice, Tom painted the entire house. Passive voice, the entire house was painted by Tom. You see the connection now. And again, all of this foundation is involved with psychology, reasoning, logic, problem solving. There are several voices or essays that are taught in APA that I've learned. One is called the narrative essay. This deals with your case studies, the art of storytelling, and persuasion. The second one is expository. That's business writing, technical writing, scientific, white papers. And Gordon Graham, the white paper guy, I sent him some information about long form essays and how they relate to white papers. He said, "You're exactly right, Mr. Ellis. You're exactly right. White papers can be sold between $3,000 and $10,000 according to the company that you're working with and how much work is involved." Then you have your descriptive essay, which is your inspirational poetry. And inspiration is the number 2 thing that drives social engagement in digital marketing. Number 1 is education. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm teaching. I'm educating you. And if you already know it, I'm encouraging you, which is inspiration. So I'm using both. Then you have your, I said descriptive, your poetry, your journals, your nature, and your fiction. I want to make sure I get it all in. Then there's the persuasive essay. There's your newspaper articles, your copywriting, your ads, your cover letters, and resumes. There's also SOR, student organization registration, when they have to go off to school. And then the LORs, the letters of request. So there you have it right there. This is part 1, and I'm going to make a part 2. But take some notes, further your studies on this. I want you to be inspired. I want you to be educated. I want you to be empowered and fired up to crush whatever challenges you're facing in your business. And you can also use this stuff to enhance relationships. It's very powerful. So this is part 1 of the importance of the APA writing style and how it pertains to SEO and digital marketing today. Take care for now. Bye-bye.